I've got to say, over the past, 5 weeks, a lot has changed in the Let's Play. I kind of got carried a little bit away with everything, and today we're going to be talking about what we got carried away with. And don't think that we've finished everything on our list of things to do, because there is still quite a few things to do. And you could say it's been quite eventful. But before I show off everything that's happened in the past few weeks, we should actually go back right to where it all began, which is this motor factory back here. So today what we're going to be doing is actually focusing on this little power storage here. It's been great as a little backup for us, but we don't really have the necessity for it in the middle of our factory. I'd rather be producing something, and the next thing that we need to be producing is motors, which means once again we're going to be deleting all of this and getting rid of all of these, and I think we'll probably do it as a 2-layer factory. So what we've got so far is the lower floor, which will be doing the rotors and the stators, and we're using the steel rotor alt. And then above we're going to be producing the motors. Now we don't need to be producing a lot here, we're just gathering enough resources to send over to our storage facility to give us that buffer of resources. And the plan is that all of the resources will be fed from underneath. So we're going to be bringing the stuff from over there, the steel pipes and also the wire, and that's going to feed into all of these. And once finished, it will look like this. So I'm really happy with what we've done with the different colors. We've done green upstairs as well. And there you are, all ready. And I definitely feel this fits in with the rest of the builds that we've got going on here. Next, we're going to be looking at the computers, with our intention being to eventually be producing some supercomputers in this factory. Hopefully we can get that done today. And in order to do that, we're going to have to remove these train stations. We're going to have to push this back a bit more. I think we're going to extend it. And then we'll also have our quick wire produced in this section, and maybe we'll do like the circuit boards and stuff over here. The quick wire factory was relatively easy to set up. It's just a case of 10 constructors. We're probably going to have to double this up eventually, but this is pretty much all that we need for the time being. And I suppose that when we do double this factory up, we can actually just mirror it next to it. So we'll have a little walkway down the middle. That'll look actually quite nice and should be relatively simple to do. And our next thing that we need to do really is to tear down this train station, I think. We're going to have to extend this out, and I really want to organize this because we've got all the lines merging all together when they shouldn't be. So the idea would be to push this back a bit, probably fit more stations in, and then have an input line, and then they all head out this side and then return probably through like a space over here and then merge back onto the track. And that way they're not going to cross over each other, which should keep the throughput up. So this is the extent of the train stations here. We're keeping them relatively small. We could potentially extend them to larger train stations later, but we're really focusing on keeping it all neat and clean. You can see all of the lines coming in along here, and then they're going to head out just at the top there. And I also think it's really important that once we've done this, we're going to decorate the front of the factory so it looks like it's an entrance to an actual factory. I'm actually really fond of how this has turned out. This is the exit from the train station. Everything's going to loop back around, and then they're going to go through there. But I'm loving the little accents with the signs. And then the other side, well, we've done nothing with it yet, but you can see how we've set this line up so that it's reconnecting, and then this is going to be where the entrance is as well. And here we are with the outer section. You can see we've got a lot of glass. We've got a little bit of lighting going on. I think we need a little bit more, and I think we need to change the color. We definitely need to change the color of these. I don't know where I've switched the color on the factory, but we're going to find that out. But it's coming along nicely. It's something different. I must admit it kind of looks like something from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, but I'm happy with it. I just think it needs more lighting, and with the lighting we seem to be getting lots of like flashing, as you can see there, like strobing. I don't know why that is. I think that's to do with Unreal Engine, but I could be mistaken, but I can't seem to find a fix for it, which is driving me insane. Returning inside the factory, I've been umming and ahhing about this cylinder observation post for all of the controls. I just don't think it's very clever. I like the idea behind it, but it just doesn't suit with the way it is. And with it being a circle, we can only see the stuff around it. So I'm thinking I need to do like an observation deck all along here, which is why I kind of started it here and started tearing down this one. Now do forgive the mess up here. You can see we've done a basic platform here, but I think we're going to remove this section, just extend this all the way along and tear these down from behind, from underneath it. Just have it so that it's held by maybe just this one central post and the above supports. So here we are. I have done it, and I'm actually much happier with how this is, with it all going across the top. It's a simple solution, but it's going to work fine for now, providing we don't have too many things in here. And thinking about 1.0, it's probably going to be better for us to have lots of these smaller ones, so having module factories and then having control rooms in them, and then a larger control area, I guess, that's connecting all of probably the storage system. That would actually make sense. Having the centralized storage system have a control room which controls the various smaller module factories. For when we have 1.0, obviously, which we'll be starting a new save for. Along with this, I've also built a little circuit board factory, nothing special, but it is a nice little factory just tucked away, and that's taking the resources down onto the... Oh, I haven't actually shown you the floor yet, have I? So everything's being taken down to this logistics floor, with all of them going along to the train stations where they're going up and being sent to the central storage location, except for the plastic and the circuit boards, which you can see down here, which are heading over to the computers. And by the way, if you are enjoying this video, please do drop a thumbs up. And if you want to support the channel, more so than you already are by watching this, do check out my music. I've put a link to my Spotify playlist below. But this here is our computer setup. So we have our Katerian computers on the left being produced, and then on the right we have our AI limiters. It's not been switched on yet because I haven't done the cabling, which I'm dreading because we've got to go a long way. And once we've done that, we're also going to build, I think, the supercomputers over here. Oh, and I haven't shown you the outside of the factory since we've improved the lighting. So you can see it here. Let's just change the lighting. And there you go. So you can see that we've got an extra set of lights on the outside, both to the right and the left. And then we've done a bit more detail on the front. Really happy with it. So this here is our supercomputer factory. It's not just supercomputers. We're also producing the high-speed connectors at the back. So we have 4 manufacturers producing the high-speed connectors. We have these 2 that are producing supercomputers. So it's a very, very small factory. It's not producing many. I think it might be less than 5 per minute once it's all up and running. Yeah, less than 4. But it'll be enough to just tick over. And the idea is that the trains will then take the items to the central storage area. And I'll admit, I do have a slight concern with this. So the way that I've been building, it's just been these like separate little factories under this this factory roof, I guess. And at the moment, I'm very much playing around with the style of factory. So you can see there's definitely different architectural styles going on here, though they do have their similarities. And they just don't merge very well together. But all of this is just me trying stuff out for 1.0 and seeing what I want to do with it. Oh, this like flashing is just driving me nuts. And this is the actual logistics floor underneath. You can see we've given ourselves a lot more room. Had a little bit of a trouble trying to make this look clean. It doesn't look, I hate this. Possibly it'll be better for me to redo something. Like we could maybe wrap this around and then go into this manifold. So I might do that later, but for now everything is running, which is fantastic, which means we can now tick all of these, well, I say all of them, all but this one off. Thank you very much. And oh, this one as well. And yeah, I mean, we've got to attach everything. We need to do the modular frames. But generally speaking, I'm quite happy with what we've done. So we are going to leave it there. Guys, if you did enjoy the video, please do drop a thumbs up. And next time, hopefully we'll finish the rest of these. Special thanks does go to all of our amazing supporters, most notably our Solar Eclipse patrons, The Calamity, Cerebral Tag, James Irwin, Jerry2, Popcat, and Firefless, as well as our Lunars, Dixie Chris, Lord of July, and Ben, and our Blood Moon of today, which is Papa Snoozy. Anyway, guys, until next time, as always, ciao for now.